Hello, old souls, fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts. My name is Steph. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. We're going to be creating and diving into our Inkblot today, scrying for shapes and symbols and spirits that may speak. If you'd like to join us, our muse is Can't Sleep Podcast. So thank you for whomever influenced us in the perfect timing as well, given you may receive this whenever, of course, but in the spirit of Halloween, we are the day before on Devil's Night. So we are going to scry in the name and respect and reciprocity of Can't Sleep Podcast. So thank you for being our muse. I do have a shaman's palm layout here, so in the pre-shuffle, you can utilize the timestamps below to pitter patter get at, or wherever you want to go, however you want to interact with this I scry experience. So looks like there could be or was some grief at some point in time here. So this is a very deep spirit message coming through. What moves and drives us in our mind, almost like, the puppet master kind of feel. There could also be something with the apples here in grief. There could be something for, if this message is for one, thank you for holding space for them to receive in regards to like a bundle of apples. And I'm seeing it as a bundle, like a baby. So maybe there's some complications and some grief, compassion, if that's your story moving you through. And I feel like there was within the Cave of Hearthfires here with Divination, I feel like there was something I was looking into. If there was any sort of emotional past life, present to future, karma, family lines, you know the drill, you know all the words that may have been like mischievously there that we weren't sure about. So one might have looked deeper. Now, if it's not in regards to that specifically, that storyline, because the rabbit hole that's coming through is like a bushel and a bushel of apples, and seeing them as like prize and rewards for the work done. And if you've ever felt like, I'm seeing the story of like Cinderella, and it's like doing the work, all this being behind the scenes of sorts, or I say that, but that's not actually the way I'm seeing it. It's like cleaning the scenes that you're in, I, me, or an aspect, an archetype, a spirit could be lingering also around your room, your home. And they're right there. They're in the scene. They're in the scenes with you. But for some reason or another, maybe they, I, me, of course, might feel like, good grief, Charlie Brown, like just not receiving certain rewards. So there could have been something about diving into, you might be utilizing divination in some way, shape, or form to communicate with it's the spirit of your home, the residual energy moving through, and or other energies that might be, I'm going to use this term gently and yet very much so, infectious. All right, because there is mischief here, and there's something about the reflection of that and grabbing your broom, company coming or to go. And what's like that old witch's tale could be a truth. I'm not sure. Putting the broom up when you want your company to leave, turning the broom down. So there might be something you have or would like to incorporate, indicating some sort of company, even if it's in the mind and the feelings, but how they're moving around in the heart, your home, your room, certain very specific spaces. Now, you know me, I love spooky, not scary. So this is a perfectly haunty feel. But when it's your own hauntedness, whether it's history, the holistic nature, etc., or we go looking for the hauntings, right? And step into divination or step into certain actions and places to be triggered so that it like sparks that within us where we may want to dive in deeper. This is going to be fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. We are also using a different spirit box today, so I will note them below. Shout out to Unity for spirit chat, but let's pitter patter get at her. All right, so you can see it working up here. Hopefully you can hear it okay. All right, our muse is Can't Sleep Podcast. And I know that is Selena, Spooky Boo, and Cal.
Voices cry.
Voices cry. When doves cry. I wonder, Given their interest that I'm seeing, there might be inherently why it's perfectly coming through, because you can hear the cries that are reflective of our own heart spaces, of what we want and desire. And if you're new here, just a reminder, we're here to create a portal to perceive and receive in, less worrying about making a masterpiece. You're always welcome to comment below what you see, sense, or feel as your insights do expand the Scry experience, and we all become the readers, seers, oracles. And always feel well to explore, expand, and enjoy. Also, some insights that I wrote down in regards to stepping in was high and low exchanges. So it was like a drum and a flute playing at the same time, which I think that's come up most recently as well. What else was there? I mean, excitable and exciting, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But I wanted to put that in like Betty and Wilma type thing. And of course, there are muses, so I love that. Where's that one other one I'm looking for? Thank you. I'm getting the sensation that somebody here might have been haunted since I'm going to say birth, but it's almost kind of the sensation of like being sensitive since I was very, very young. Is there anything else coming through? No, we're good. All right. I'm just about ready to open up. I can see my might have dealt with sleep paralysis as well. All right. And when you're ready, if you're opening up with me, taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. In the name and honor of our Muse and Mirror Can't Sleep podcast, and may we all meet a message with meaning. All right. There's our Inkblot. You are open to take a screenshot. If you'd like to scry on your own time for your own messages, personal use only. All right. I've lost my little pointy stick. Is that a pointy stick? Oh, I did. I just found it. Okay. Apples and oranges. Okay, so I'm getting the sensation that there's a fire element and a water element, and this feels harmonious, like I am distilling, steaming, boiling, cooking. We're going to also stay in the theme of the time, but whenever you receive this, Halloween can be all year round. It is very cauldrony, and there's a family here. I feel like I am playing, if I could say, I'm imagining a dollhouse. Like imagine maybe even an episode of Charmed or Lock and Key, where they're in the dollhouse and a spider would be massive on that dollhouse or something like that. So there's something about scope coming through, the size, ability, perspective. There is a compact mirror here. Compact mirror. I feel like this has something to do with communication, maybe how I talk to myself, see myself. I feel very supported here and now. And I don't know what I mean by that when I wander in. And maybe that wasn't always the case. I, you, and me in some compartment or container. Interesting insight here. I'm seeing flying monkeys, Santa's sleigh in the sky, but I'm not really excited about that. Like, it feels very devilish or shadowy anyway. There's a unicorn over here. There's also a dog in spirit that's stepping forward saying hello. This dog, okay, thank you. It was an older dog and was starting to move closer to like a sloth would, just as it was slowing down, and to lengthen the time to transition for the human partner. There's a bird and a bird's nest here. Oh, and they're chitty chatting with there's a white light here in the center. Where else am I going? If I look at this in big scope, there's a face in here. I'm trying to determine how I want to interact with the face. There's a sense of tiredness that just came in. Like tired when you're just waking up, but you're not rested after sleep. Something about that. And I want to kind of come back into being dramatic, but sleep paralysis or something about that. But I kind of feel like to some degree or another, I've conquered it. Or I've interacted with it enough that it doesn't scare me anymore. This is just how I'm feeling. Please apply however it might feel to you. I don't get the sensation that it frightens me. But when it's just exhausting. There also could be a lot of exhausting energies around. And I want to come back with that broom. All the different ways to use a broom. There seems to be something about this broom symbol, meaning if you know or have family passed down of how you might use the broom, by all means comment it below, because brooms and mirrors, yeah, brooms and mirrors, and an overall sense of divination. Okay, thank you. So when I was just looking at this card of mischief, but it was very enjoyable because I feel like it's almost like this empire feel, but it's so playful. Like it's not
Attend.
It's not a compartment. It's a playful empire. But the word that stood as with keep your eyelids open. And I noticed over here, it's like if I could imagine like steampunk behind my eyes. And if you could imagine gears and, I don't know, cool steampunky visions. And it's like I can see the contraptions behind my eyes. This message might be for one or some. I see death. I don't know if that's in regards to dead people or residual energy or people. I think spirit. Yes, you did. I see it there. Intend. Let me know too if you're liking the spirit chat app. It's kind of fun. I love it. And the creators are so great. Anyway, okay. I have no affiliation. I just wanted to shout them out. I see it's like seeing the residual energy of it and moving through, especially with the grief here. I also, man, what is this? Something about plumbing. There's a cat in the hat here. This cat in the hat is in my head, and he's holding on to a spark of my light. Like if I can imagine a candle or a fireplace or a crackling fire, and all the little spark and embers come off, but then they start running around like they're conscious and they're sentient. Okay, what is the intention? I am hearing helping and healing, but there is this excitable energy about it. And this excitable energy, it feeds I'm hearing more, but not in like this more. It's in this, yes, more.
Cadence.
more, I'm okay, and it gets bigger. There's an expansion here because there's a yes to it. There's a yes, and every hurdle, experience, however it's perceived or received, good, bad, ugly, or how it's measured, brings with it an opportunity to navigate and move the mirrors. Apparently so. Apparently move the mirrors. Way deep in here, I'm seeing like this gnome talking to this larger man. Okay, so there's a noose with it. Could have also be something that holds me hostage, and something about hoop earrings. This conversation over here is so delightful. It's so delightful. Let's add on a few cards while I'm yakking.
Underneath the shadows.
It's right in here. Something about a diamond in and around the third eye. Geek. Oh my god. How long has it been since you've heard the word geek? Love it. Okay. I'm going to keep going here. Destiny calls. Destiny's child. Spinner of fates. Do you know what's curious? 18 also might be significant. There are, one moment, railroad ties here. Something about railroad ties. I'm in a bathtub. Random, just gonna say
Yield.
it. Shaving chest hair. Something along that lines. Could have been a surgery or preparing for surgery, or maybe somebody shaves their chest hair.
Gravity.
There's a carousel horse here. It feels angelic.
Productive.
And it can, like, if you could imagine a sheep, counting sheep, but it's this carousel horse. And it has wings.
Train.
This is very inviting.
Owen.
Something about singing. Hi, Owen. Singing or speaking. The back of the throat thingy. Moving certain things out of the way of the lines and lineages. It's like doing the limbo, but it's not a tight limbo stick. It's actually very flexible, like string. I am how do I communicate that? Okay. I am unbothered by the energy, emotional, earthly, energetic, etc., to move things out of my way to proceed through the workings of the universe. And there's something specific about being unbothered, because it's very neutral energy, because whether I decide to yay or nay, I, you, and me, of course, yay, nay, this, that, or the other, the way I feel like in this moment we're navigating is indifferent, neutral. But once you make a decision if you're going to go up and over or through and around, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Yee-haw! Once you've made your decision, you're like, okay, then whatever comes up is. It just is. And this is a really curious sensation. Yeah, because it almost feels like it's, if you look at the artistry on this card as well with Destiny, like Charlie's Angels, it's undoing the knots. Because I'm not bothered. I made the decision, so I'm here. There's value because I'm here.
Surrounding.
Something about birch trees. Oh my goodness. You know when you should just trust what you hear sometimes? Because I was saying I'm going to come back to cleansing. And I think surrounding, yeah. It's like being surrounded, good, bad, or ugly. But once you've decided, this isn't good, or this is not for me, this is not what I want, this is not what I prefer, I do not give permission. There's lots of things about permissions here and revoking or removing. Back to the beginning with the broom. In the different things that it means, depending on
Rising cold.
your imagination, to your instructions by books that you've adopted, therefore that's what they are, to your lineage, to your, you get the gist. It was about cleansing. Be sure to cleanse that.
Bit.
Because there are with the Eater of Filth here, and if you notice like that red and the blue, and it's all in here. This also has the scope, if I may, of, so this is how I'm going to say it. When
Keep
you
fading.
meet any hauntings of our mind, body, soul, spirit, of a house, external, internal, but you decide to step in, you decide to interact, to a room, to a drawer, to a closet, whatever the case is. There's someone or some things that they do. It absolutely improves because you are there. In some way, shape, or form, inherently, if there is mischievous eaters of filth,
Property.
maybe also cleansing your property line, because we've been talking about a house in different layers of such, but nonetheless, whether it's your body bag of bones house to your home, to the, or places that you visit in your car, ensuring that they get a cleanse so that eaters of filth don't attach to it. And even if they do, they have very little. It's like not going home right away. It's like stopping by to look at a river or a puddle or a grocery store or a park before going home. I got distracted, but I also want to note too that you inherently may be a healer of such things. So when you arrive in a positive or negative trigger, because I'm seeing it like nail biters, like, oh, could be very nervous, could be nervous energy coming up as well. And don't get me wrong, you know, if I'm going to step into a haunted house attraction, which I probably wouldn't, I barely could handle the House of Frankenstein at Niagara Falls. My imagination goes wild in a most wonderful way. But there's energies around you that kind of like, oh, no, because you are, it's like being a changeling or changing. There also, you create change in the environment that was very comfortable for other energies to feed off of. And you might notice this in the collective as well, but it's not one's responsibility to cure the collective or clean the collective. Everyone's their own housekeeper, and back to the Cinderella story. in the scene right there. And lo and behold, well, I want to say, what else is that you're trying to show me? Okay, so I will just move through it. Take, a fairy tale or a movie, and maybe there's this rich, wealthy, this, that, or the other. Family, your family, somebody else's family, our perceptions of others, etc. And so I want to know, there might be a sense of growing up. Poverty is exactly the word I heard, or impoverished in some way. Like those baby birds, there's, it also could be a freedom, like growing up on a farm. There could be less kind of dogma, but at the same time, I'm wandering over and I'm just seeing kind of like, you grow up poor, and how do you not build momentum on the seed of poor? But I think that you aren't. But our perception always remembers that seed, maybe as a drive, maybe feeling it's a fate, but I feel like the fate has changed from you, because there's more than one fate. There's more than one fate. Sorry, I lost track of where I was, and maybe I'll just leave that there. That some of these people, places, or things could get a little nervous when you arrive, because you are exciting the energy, which inherently dispels any sort of creeper jeepers. And likewise, what you put in place just by being you. You could be very calm, you could be very sad, you could be very tired, but it's of however you might be feeling physiologically, but psychically, you're an excitable energy, and you replace, it's like a replenishment, and it feels very, very nice. So I just kind of want to give you credit for that. I understand we're all over the place, but you can't sleep. I don't know. If you can't sleep, maybe maybe you need to watch the podcast for some fun haunted stories. Excuse me, and explorations. It's like being mischievous without being malicious. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Kinsley.
All right. Anything else that's coming through? Oh, for heavens and hot dog. When a kite goes flying. Retreat. Lover of solitude. Absolutely. Taking time to step out, step in, recharge. And so much about nighttime. So much about nighttime. I'm seeing the Inkblot too. There's a design that is, I don't know if it's like Russian or India or China. It's very ornate, beautiful. Like you would look at. It's almost like we don't make architecture like this anymore. So maybe there's also building a house or moving, something about that, and the land in which one resides. Something about flying or traveling for communication. There's a moose here, and I'm actually seeing a moose. I think it's from a Canadian show. I could be wrong. It might not be Canadian. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Is Can't Sleep Canadian? Because I'm in Canada, so I'm just having that moment. There's that dog we spoke of, and stopping by the water, a tree, whatever element might serve you best before going home sometimes. Making a conscious pit stop. Now the coughs are coming in. Awesome possum. So I'm also seeing either it's like that with that ornate, somebody with glasses, but they have those glasses that they're magnetized in the center. So I could like just pull my glasses, my gaggles apart, and then like that's the kind of glasses. It could be a spirit coming through as well for that. Oh, I imagine if your eyes could smell. Like there's a lot of clairs here, but it seems to be, oh my goodness, it begins the coughs. If it's not nose itching, it's coughing. There's a lot of clair energy here, clairaudience, clairsentience, etc. But it seems to come, I think this is like the Sabrina the Teenage Witch thing. For heavens and hot dogs, stop. in like the dark Archie comics, because if I recall, at least from the Netflix version of it, it was set darker. It's almost like some really joyful adventures stem from the dark. Excuse me. How you do?
Vanished into silence.
Oy vey, vanished into silence. Wow, there you go. Somebody's very empathic energy. I'm seeing watery eyes here. And the watery eyes, though, they feel, it's like I'm looking into another universe. Not watery like, oh my goodness. Because you see me cry all the time here. Especially when we get into those really sentimental spirit messages. But they're not that kind of eyes. It's like if binoculars were into another universe. And it was just like, woo. Windows. All right, there's also a heart there. I see a lot of kindness. I'm seeing a ring. Congratulations for any sort of companionship, partnership, and celebration of that. There's a child in spirit that keeps coming through that just wants to play with me. So fun. There's a happy, I don't know if it's a troll doll. I think I'm playing Frisbee as well.
Appreciation.
I appreciate you as well. The afterlife appreciates you and the energy you bring. And not because the afterlife is here and now, just it's almost like that different dimensional seeing. Deflection and reflection. I think that happens oh, you know what that is? It's in that compact mirror thing we saw before. It's here on the other side. And then being able to move the mirrors like we talked about. 13, averter of evil. Yeah. All right, let's get ready to close out this message. Obstacles. I kind of want to put this card right in here. And then if you look where these last twos are, like Wonder Woman of Truth of the High Heart, if I could put the High Heart in here.
Stigmata.
That coloring. You know those things where two people need to turn the keys, like if you ever saw Stranger Things, and I think it's also for like nuclear stuff or something really important, and you each need to have a key and turn it at the same time. I'm seeing that. This could be a higher self. This could be the heart and the human, the heart and the head. Could be a spirit that you're working with specifically, a deity that you're divining. And I'm going to say this before I get ready to close out. 2 head of households. And something about Big Brother. There might be a brother energy. There's a loss early on. Because this spirit keeps coming in. And he's right in here. Might have something to do with drugs. And there is some sort of connection between the two of you. Last card, and then we will get ready to close out. I feel like oh, who are you in there? It's like some Anunnaki. Oh my goodness. You know, again, trust. The Jinn King. The Jinn is up here. I saw it, not 2 shakes of a lamb's tail a few seconds ago. Fascinating. And dare I say, look. See all the coloring of that card? The blues, the reds, etc. It's all in there. And you know what the interesting thing here is I want to say? Wherever you go, whatever you do, we're gonna go through it together. We may not go far, but sure as a star. I don't even know if that's the words. Yeah, transcendent. Okay, so for some, I'm gonna get ready to close out here. And I know I've said that 4,000 times. Happens all the time. One, if you feel like somebody's taking your rewards of the apples, past life, this life, mindset could be you. Consider that maybe they're taking them, making the pie, and you're going to get the pie. They're doing a lot of work for you. They don't know they are. If they're malicious, good grief, it is absolutely going to be exposed. If their intention towards IUE me is ill or infectious, you are going to receive the benefits regardless, but it's going to be in a different form. So let's say if apples were taken, you might get apple pie back. So don't worry about it. Definitely stay with the cleanup, whether it is the broom or something else. Your symbol with spirit or spirits, energies, etc. Start if or enhance. Yeah, the words are fleeting my face now. Company on, company off. Whether that's in your clairs or physical company, your home, your house, your land. Take time to walk and reflect upon it, cleanse it. There's also, like I said, this brother here or some sort of masculine energy that may have passed from drugs. He is communicating with you. There also could be children. There's children here, and they're like silver. Like they are pure spirit form. No matter what their human age was when they crossed over back here, just different dimension through those goggly eyes. I just want you to know that they are communicating with you. And something about the telepathy tapes, I've never seen it, I don't know, but that's what's coming in. If there's something about the Jinn King, you might be the daughter of an entity of such. The power of that is by your perception. And that might be reflective in connections with masculine energy within ourselves, within others as well. Because while it might feel like a punishment, there feels like there's power there. And I feel like I need to clarify, clean it up with the broom again. Reflection and deflection. In this space, in this message of one time, I feel like I'm really good at one and I'm not acknowledging the other. So I'm either deflecting, or by reflecting, I'm deflecting, and I don't quite seem to see it. But I also want to note as well with that compact coming through to, as you look at yourself, check your face. You can also look behind you. And then there might be mirrors on both sides. So that's pretty cool as well. Take time to cleanse. Stop somewhere, pit stop sometimes on your way home. And from certain places or experiences that you had, and it's important to pit stop. And know that whatever lines, lineages, and these are all beautiful things that we work through and work with as words to help us and assist us. But it's moving the limbo stick. Raise your bar, then raise the bar. Raise the bar. You want to lower the bar? Lower the bar. It's going to move for different interactions, but also know that it's like bendy. So you can just like push it up and walk through and walk under. Once you've decided, everything is indifferent up until that point. Everything is neutral up until the point you might perceive it. But until you attach some sort of meaning to it, until you decide, up until that point, it's neutral. But once you decide, damn, then you get into the mischief, the mystical mischief, without it being malicious. And it feels delightful. It feels fun. It feels exciting. And even though we're in a dark, dark place, in a dark, dark woods, in the dark, dark woods, there was a ghost. Even though there seems to be this like air, it's not heavy. It's not heavy. All right. I'm going to let you go. I hope this would serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. And until next time, you can check out the playlist on the homepage channel. You can donate. All the links are in the description box below. You can check out my new channel, the Inkblot Oracle, for strictly pick a cards. And I'm just going to jot in here, voter, mind, singer, hold on to love, and breath. And shout out to our ghost, our new ghost spirit box that we'll add in. So I love you. I'll see you next time. So much love. Bye. Bye. Should we? Well, we're not going to the flip side today, but altered state. That's that. Normally we do an Easter egg card for the flip, but there's no flip today. We've done the flip in it. The altered state, dimensions of consciousness. Those are those googly eyes. Google.